like that? You like that?
What is it? Whoa!
Boom!
Whoa!
Back!
Hey,
Whoa!
Last week, we're going to open it up right now. Right now, the phone lines. Call in 508-964-3527. That's 508-964-3527. Give us the call right now. Start right now with games.
We're in week 8.
Set up to win this week your fantasy football fucking matchup. Let's go.
Damn right.
While we're waiting for calls, I'm going to start with the best game of the week. New England Patriots at Buffalo.
This game is just
Buffalo's
sad.
going to ruin the Patriots this
It's
week.
fucking going to be bad.
Who's out? I don't know. Stephon Gilmore, Julian Edelman. Bill Belichick has packed it in. Gone. He can't coach the way he wants to coach. And that means he's just packed up the season. He's gone. He's making excuses to Charlie Weiss. They're going to walk into Buffalo and be like, yeah, just do this. Okay. Yeah, we're good to go. They're going to get trounced. Start Stephon Diggs. Start Josh Allen this week. If you have the Patriots defense, take them out. They were good to start the year. Take them out. They're gone. Not a very good team to watch.
Do you think they can fucking throw it enough to get there with the Jets to have vie for the first round pick for the first pick of the draft? They can't suck that bad.
They can't be as bad as a sixth grade Pee Wee football fucking squad. That's
You
what
got the
Jets
Falcons. Falcons have one win. You get the Vikings. They're terrible. Just too many teams down there that the Pats will never. They'll probably get the 10th pick. Trade out of it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like they always fucking do. Can we all agree now that Bill Belichick cannot fucking draft to save his life? Everyone wants to fucking blow Bill. Oh, dude, he can't draft worth a fuck.
I mean, he did pretty good. He drafted Aaron Dobson.
Oh, fucking hey, Jesus Christ, look out.
He needs to be his fucking knees.
Buffalo's only favored by 4.
Knees.
Incredible.
Yeah. What a joke.
They forgot the 0 after 4.
Jesus.
I think Zach Moss is going to finally fucking kind of come out this game too. He's been getting more touches here the past couple weeks. He's someone that I actually added and be interested. Singletary's kind of bleh, so be interesting.
Yeah, and it's a monsoon or something going on in Buffalo. The winds are like 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
We have a couple
of those. I have a couple of those games today.
It's disgusting.
You look at the weather and you're like, ground game, 3-3. So my prediction for this game, pain. For all the New England Patriots fucking fans. But more importantly, I suspect 14-24 Buffalo.
There's going to be a shortage of KY jelly in New England.
But couldn't you also see Buffalo just absolutely losing this game? It would be the most Buffalo Bills thing to do.
Nope.
I would say that. I would say that, but no, not this week. Listen, for as many times as we've gone into Buffalo and just outright murdered them.
You know why?
This is
that guy.
Yeah,
why.
That too.
Yeah.
This is their fans. They're let's give them a little sprinkle of happiness. We'll say a little sprinkle of happiness up there in Buffalo. They're in for 6 months of 18 inches of snow per week. So let's give them something to be hopeful about.
It's funny that Buffalo team used to be so unlikable. They're actually fucking likable now. I don't know if it's because the Patriots
completely
are unlikable, but like Buffalo's like I like Stephon Diggs. I like Josh Allen. It's fucking, it's
sure. I like Zach Moss because I have like 16 autographs of him.
Sweet.
There you go.
Let's go.
All right.
So you're taking the under on that?
Oh yeah. I don't even know what it is.
Way under.
40.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Under.
I'll take the under too. It's gonna be an ugly game. All right, we got the Raiders at Cleveland. Let's see. Cleveland's only favored by 1.5 points. There's no OBJ. Start Higgins. Higgins looks pretty good. He stepped into that OBJ role pretty good last week. He came out today and said that he feels like him and Mayfield have been separated by birth. So whatever that means. Jarvis Landry, he's going to stay in the same role. You're obviously going to start Kareem Hunt. On the other, Mayfield looks like a quarterback the past few weeks. I don't know what's going on. On the other side of the ball, Raiders, you start your usual. If you need a home run play, start Ruggs. I like Cleveland in the game.
I think we see a Josh Jacobs a rebound game this week. Everybody was trying to buy sell low on him, buy low on him last week. I think we see a return of Josh Jacobs this week. I like the Raiders. The Raiders, 34-28.
Ooh,
the over, huh? Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of scoring too. Hey, a good waiver wire ad this week if you need a receiver would be Nelson Aguilar as well. I think he's become the bona fide number one receiver there. They are using like Ruggs as more of like a deep threat, fucking stretch the field type of guy. Aguilar's like kind of the I think he's the number one guy there. So I actually picked him up and put him in a.
You rostered him?
I did for a bye week replacement.
Scooped him up.
Shoot him in.
Scoop him up. He's only projected for like 4.3 points, and I was like, how the fuck is that?
Roman. Look like a PS vagina. It's unbelievable.
Vagina. Speaking of vaginas, that leads us to our next game. The Lions and the Colts. So Matt Stafford had his first 300-yard game last week, which is great for him. Good for him. He had 3 touchdowns. And actually, Phillip Rivers, prior to the bye week last week, had a hell of a game himself, had 300-plus yards with 3 touchdowns. So both of those guys are middle of the pack. I don't think you're going to be starting – I wouldn't be starting Phillip Rivers even as a bye week replacement myself, especially with this Indy defense that is ranked 2nd overall. And they got a pretty damn good secondary. And I think they're leading the league in picks, if I'm not mistaken. Running the ball, Jonathan Taylor's a mess start, even though Detroit's rush defense has been a little bit better. Swift is also a start. He's gotten touchdowns in the 2 consecutive games. Receiving-wise, Kenny Galladay is a must start. On the other side of the ball, I don't even understand why people have T.Y. Hilton on their team anymore.
Oof.
It's kind of one of those. You haven't seen him get dropped yet, but it's pretty sad. It's pretty damn sad. I think they're getting Pittman Jr. back today.
Yep.
And last week was the emergence of Marcus Johnson, who went for over 100 receiving yards. And obviously, we spoke about this last week. Trey Burton, even though there's 3 tight ends in that system right now, it seems like Trey Burton has definitely taken the reins as the 1A to Ali Cox and Jack Doyle.
I think Molly Alley, Huge Cox is a game time decision, right?
Yes, that's right.
Right before the start of the game and test him out and see how he goes.
So my prediction, Colts D, definitely going to have at least 1 pick on Stafford. I think
he's always good for 1. Always
good for 1. I think that game's going to be close. I think the Colts win. What's the over-under on that, Rich?
49-5.
I think I'd take the under, actually. The under on that.
The under.
And just
from under cheese.
Another good start, I think, would be TJ Hawkinson. The guy's fine in the end zone.
I like the name. I like the name. Yeah, I would say Jonathan Taylor hasn't had over 68 yards since week 2.
I know.
Ooh.
And we're going against that defense. That means Phillip Rivers is going to be hucking the ball around and throwing it out of the backfield.
Taylor did have like 115 yards last game, all-purpose yards. So he's catching the ball at least.
This game is, I think we're going to have a pretty significant Indianapolis win.
Whoa.
Pittman's back. They're going to be throwing the ball out of the backfield. I like Trey Burton to have a touchdown this week. I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts and the over, I think.
Taking the over, huh?
Yeah.
I'm taking the Colts and the under.
38-24. God
damn. That's a lot. That's a lot of points for the Colts. So defensive touchdown? I'll say pick 6 then, if that's what you're looking at. Anyways, I'd roll that Colts D out there. I certainly would.
It's going to be like prime Matt Patricia to say, hey, we're not doing anything against this Colts defense. Let's throw Adrian Peterson out there. Just sit Swift, sit that momentum, and just roll with Peterson.
Exactly. I hate that, man. We're gonna get into some more of that this week. I'm sure.
The mixing of the running back sucks. Hey, how's the weather in Kansas City this week? It doesn't matter what the weather is. They're playing the Jets.
Just saw that.
Jesus Christ! The Jets at Kansas City. Holy God! Another Smith Country Defense of the Week for the New York Jets. Don't stop them.
Jeez.
Anybody that has the last name of the Chiefs on their jersey, put them in your lineup. Mecole Hardman, Mahomes, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, you name it. Just throw them in your lineup. Let them go. Hope for the best. And hopefully, the only thing you can hope for in a game like this is that the Jets kind of keep it close enough to where Pat Mahomes doesn't get benched, really. Or they just, don't go to a third running back and just hand the ball off for 3 quarters.
Who did they play last week? And their defense absolutely fucking slaughtered. Mahomes ended up having like 100-something yards passing and 1 touchdown. Everyone was pissed.
They played.
Their defense scored like 20-something points or something crazy last week.
Jesus.
Brutal.
Yeah, brutal. The revenge game, Le'Veon Bell. I have him in my lineup in one of my leagues. Hoping for the best. Hope he scores.
He'll score once and be jacked out of the taken right out. It'll be 38-0 the second quarter. You know what I mean? It sucks. It sucks. So I mean, if you're desperate, take a Denzel Mims is back this week. Take a couple of these receivers for the Jets because they're gonna catch some ridiculously long passes and call it a day. So
might
could be in for like 2 catches for 89 yards or something. Stuff like that. Perrine might have some garbage time, the garbage time yards. So, I mean, you can play it the other way and be like, they're going to get blown out so much that Kansas City is just going to, would it be 48-1? Can't score 1 point. So it could be 47-2, but the over-under is 49.
It's actually pretty high.
That's tough. That's a tough play this week. Over-under. I wouldn't even touch it if I was betting on it. It's not what I would play.
So the Jets score 1 point and 48 points by KC.
Well, I can tell you also that not many teams favored by 20 points actually do cover. It usually doesn't happen. That's only that is like a minutia percentage of that.
This is going to happen.
Yeah, but this here, if I'm a betting man, I'm taking that minutia percentage and saying Kansas City wins by 20 points.
Mahomes doesn't play the fourth quarter.
I bet you it's going to be by 20 points, 38-17.
All right, I like that actually. I like.
I can't wait for Trevor Lawrence to say that he's staying in school. Jets go
win.
Didn't
Tua do that 2 years ago?
I think so.
Yes, someone did. Or Kyler Murray, maybe.
Oh, I can't wait.
No, he got drafted by the Oakland Athletics.
Oh, that's right.
Damn, I wish I went on his baseball cards.
No doubt.
There you go. All right, we got the Rams and the Miami Dolphins. It's Tua time. You know what time it is? Tua time. I hate the Rams so much. They make me so mad. Their backfield is a disaster.
Fucking
not in a disaster. Like it's actually kind of okay, but it's a fantasy disaster. You don't know who's getting the ball. You don't know who's getting the touchdowns. Cam Akers, he's going to play. He's going to play. We're going to get him the ball. You don't get him the ball. He was a 5th-round pick in most leagues. That's a waste. You're playing with billions of dollars in fantasy leagues.
I got to ease him in, just like when you get fucked in the ass. Ease it in.
A lot of people still have them on their rosters too. You could have dropped Cam Akers 3 weeks ago. Get rid of him.
Yeah, you get it. I mean, I'll talk about that in a couple more games about getting rid of a big name guy, but the defense is good. The Rams defense is good. They're going to win this game. I can't wait to see what Tua looks like. The kid has the makeup of a quarterback. I like what I saw last week when he came in. Even after the game, he sat down on the field. That was a nice moment. Look for Gesicki. He's going to go off this game. Young quarterbacks love their tight ends.
It's
So
true.
I can see him just feeding him the ball. Other than that, their running back, I mean, Gaskin's not doing anything. Howard's not doing anything. I think Matt Breed is still there.
Speaking of the Rams, we have a quick question. Need a flex full PPR. Robert Woods, Deontay Johnson, who's back from Pittsburgh this week, or Justin Jefferson? I am going to pick Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson playing the Green Bay Packers, who are giving up fucking like 30 points a game. Week 1, they 38 points to the Vikings. Plenty of room there for Justin Jefferson. I would go Justin Jefferson.
I think Jefferson went over 100 yards the first time they played, too.
He's pretty good. I'd say he's pretty good.
Well, those Ravens-Steelers games are always fucking weird, too, man. They're, like, even though Deontay Johnson's coming off a fucking great week with 2 touchdowns, they're really, they're usually like more of a slugging, slow pace game. Now watch, they'll probably both put up fucking 30 points, and I'll look like an idiot. But
Bill Belichick's favorite kind of football game, 6-3.
Yeah,
right.
Awesome. Horrible.
Oh no, Jefferson did nothing the first game against Green Bay.
Nothing.
My bad.
Nothing.
But I still like him. He's evolved. They're gonna cover Thielen. Go for Jefferson.
Yeah. So back to Miami. Do you think Tua does anything? If Tua can use his legs to get away from Donald, he might be up to something here.
But he won't.
Yeah, I mean,
Donald is the best player in the NFL. I mean,
they're giving away 6 points. Miami's at home. It would essentially be 6-point swing. If it was neutral, it's 3. I would take the Rams with 3 points. But I don't know. I feel something with Tua.
I like him.
I need to see
tingle right here. I need to see it.
Ooh.
I need to see it.
Sort
of like something else I'd like to see. Love to see it.
Yeah, I like the Rams.
Hey, no, I like the Rams too, but I just like to see some Tua time.
Typically, I'd like the Rams. I like that style of football, but I think it's just because I just can't stand. I just can't stand the Rams.
I'm with you.
Can't stand their.
I love their uniforms though.
Punchable face.
Who's their coach named Sean
McVay. Freaking McVay.
McVay.
Punchable like David fucking McVay. Psycho.
Timothy McVay. Asshole.
Timothy McVay.
Might as well coach in the Rams.
Mandarin, you up?
No, I just went. You're up.
It's you.
Oh, great. All right, that brings us to what we just spoke about. The Ravens and the Steelers. So if you drafted Lamar in the first couple rounds, you're probably pretty pissed off because he's quarterback 15 on the season. And last year's MVP does not look anything like last year right now. That being said, I would have to say that he probably rushes for around 60 yards today and maybe gets one on the ground, which kind of saves his numbers every week. I know because I have him in 2 leagues, and it's been miserable. Now, speaking of miserable, Ingram out. So now you have your choice between Gus Edwards or J.K. Dobbins, but probably they'll give the ball to whoever the scrub is off the practice squad because that's just what fucking Baltimore does. If I was to guess, probably going to be Gus Edwards. They like Gus Edwards on the goal line. For receiving, you obviously you have Marquise Brown. He's a start. You got to throw the ball to someone. Mark Andrews also. Mark Andrews is so hit or miss like a lot of other tight ends, but he does have 5 touchdowns, which is
3 in one game.
Tied for the most. Yeah, I know.
It sucks.
Yeah, it's actually 2 and 1. So on the other side of the ball, it's tough, man. Now it's tough because you got all these people that went out and grabbed Claypool. Claypool was negative 0.5 points last week or some shit. Crazy. He fumbled. And Deontay Johnson was the guy. Juju actually had a pretty good game as well last week, had a lot of receptions. James Conner is one of those guys. He's a must start nowadays. He's always getting over 100 yards from scrimmage, and he's got a touchdown, at least 1 touchdown in the past 3 games. Definitely a must start. Who do you start at receiver, boys? Do you start any of these guys against the Ravens D? I mean, who's going to be the beneficiary? It's almost like every week it's someone different.
I'd go with Johnson. They need this game. They need this game to catch Baltimore and win the division. You just don't know with Claypool. Claypool looks good. I like his attitude. I like his fight. He got into a little scrum with, I think, Malcolm Butler last week.
Yeah, he did a little tussle.
A little tussle, but
Down to the
I
ground.
like. Yeah, I like Johnson better. I think that it's a must win. I mean, you have to win against Baltimore.
All right. Well, we got one other question that involves Claypool. So I got a start for Claypool, Ruggs, McCole Hardman, Fournette, Madison, DJ Dallas, Rashad Higgins, Melvin Gordon. I'm going to start. Melvin Gordon is a must start against his old team.
Definitely.
Rashad Higgins is going to be replacing Odell Beckham Jr. I would start him.
Yep.
Great.
Fournette, Madison is a no for me. Mecole Hardman, maybe. DJ Dallas, I would say yes. It's between him and Chris Carson, but DJ Dallas, it might be his coming out party, as well as I think it's going to be J.K. Dobbins' coming out party this week. I don't
know about that, dude.
I'm lock it in. I'm going to say J.K. Dobbins.
Whoa!
All right, who gets more touches, Gus Edwards or J.K. Dobbins?
Edwards
touches, carrying the ball.
Edwards gets more touches. Dobbins gets more yards.
J.K. Dobbins doesn't catch the fucking ball. I don't think. I mean, well, I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Well, yeah, that's why I love it. That's why I love it. I love it because then once we're off this thing, I can shit, or you can shit all over me. That's my pick. That's the best.
Each other fucking hell.
Yeah. Then we got another question.
Gus. I'm taking Gus.
So I will take again Claypool, Higgins, Melvin Gordon, DJ Dallas this week. That's what Eamon McCarthy wanted. That's what I'm telling you to take. Could be wrong, but I like those ones. Next question up: Damian Harris, Justin Jackson, or Fournette at flex. I have Gronk and Rojo starting, and I hate the idea of starting three players on the same team. So with that, I would take Justin Jackson. They all can't have two touchdowns apiece. Is what he's probably.
I mean, Tom Brady had five fucking touchdowns last week. I mean, that team is just on fire right now. I wouldn't be hating it to have.
Yeah, Gronk's feeling it. Who are the options again? It was Jackson,
Damian Harris, Patriots. Womp wah. Justin Jackson, who I like. Fournette. If you're starting Ronald Jones and Fournette, I wouldn't start Fournette. So you only got one choice here. It's Justin Jackson.
Yep,
I think so.
So, I like that.
I think the Arians would be fucking just an absolute idiot. Like these coaches are just give Jones the fucking ball. He's running great. Just let him do his thing, dude. And put four. I mean, that's the only thing that's shitty. Like maybe they'll give Fournette like goal line stuff. I don't know.
It's almost as if some of these coaches know who's playing what on fantasy football teams.
I know, right?
Wow. Right. Maybe there's an influence.
What a hot take.
Maybe there's an influence.
Pete Rose action or what, buddy?
Don't upset the apple cart in Tampa Bay. You got Brown coming in. Who knows how that's going to look? I think it's going to look great, but it's going to fly if Fournette's not getting the ball and Brown's not getting the ball. And what is that going to look like? Don't upset it. Run, Rojo.
What a mess Tampa Bay is going to be. Watch.
No. Super Bowl champs. All right, next game.
It's me, right?
Is it me? Is it you?
I'm going to go back to something real quick. So check this out. You got going back to this Baltimore game. So I'm in this position twice in two different leagues. I have Lamar Jackson or Justin Herbert.
Herbert.
Here's my other one I got. Lamar Jackson or Carson Wentz against Dallas.
Wentz.
So how fucked up is that I'm benching Lamar Jackson
for Carson Wentz
and a rookie Justin Herbert?
Whew.
Well, see, in my thing is that I'm starting one of two people this week: Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Gotta go, Joe Burrow.
Who's Cincinnati playing?
Tennessee. And we will talk about that game very shortly.
Okay, well,
I got hot takes for that game.
So speaking of Justin Jefferson, we got Minnesota. We already did Minnesota at Green Bay.
Not yet.
No, we were just talking about it though. Minnesota at Green Bay. The first week of the season, these two played each other. The over definitely hit by like 20 points. A lot of scoring. Justin Jefferson didn't, like you said, didn't do anything in that game. He does do something this game. They found a weapon in him. Kirk Cousins is in, right? He's not out.
Yep.
So he's same as week 1. I think they're at Green Bay, huh? Ooh, weather might be a factor up there. Could be a factor, right? I mean, I know in Chicago it's going to be 40-mile-an-hour gusts. So I don't know if that's anywhere as close, or they're on the same fault line of the low pressure system here. But
it's going to be breezy at 36.
Breezy and 36. Balmy 36. That's still good enough for football. Both these teams can play the outdoors. It's fine. High scoring game. Green Bay's defense is trash. They have not been good. They're giving up a lot of points, but Minnesota's, secondary sucks as well. So, high scoring. Justin Jefferson's a must start for me. I wouldn't start Kirk Cousins if you had somebody else.
What's the deal with Dalvin?
Dalvin Cook is in.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's in. Active.
Okay.
So that's why we wouldn't start Madison.
He's going to be with a full workload, from what I've read.
Yep.
Yes, full
load.
load.
As soon as that guy gets like snake bit, it seems like he's never right for the rest of the year. He wasn't last year. As soon as you get hurt,
keep Mattinson on your team. Stash him. There's a lot of players.
Time of year, if you got room on your bench to stash a guy like him or Benny Snell or fucking Pollard, stash someone because one of these big guys is going to go down.
Jesus, I hope not. I've had a lot of big guys go down already on me.
What about Green Bay's receiving core?
Devontae Adams, baby.
Yeah,
that's the only one I wouldn't touch. The other guys.
I forget the tight end's last name. He did really well, and then
Tanyan,
fell right off the face of the earth. So that sucks. I had him. I rostered him for a bit, thinking maybe I found something, but no, he's junk. So.
And Jamal Williams is in, correct?
Yes.
Yep. Because Aaron Jones is out.
He had a fucking great game last week too. If I remember,
sure did.
Yeah.
So, who do you like? I like Green Bay and the over. So I would say 56 total points.
Minnesota winning this game.
36-20.
That's a hot take, Mandarin. You think Minnesota's going to win this game?
I could see them winning. I don't think that they're going to win, but I could definitely see them winning.
I don't know about that, buddy. Kirk Cousins is like fucking Sybil. He's got more personalities than fucking Carter has liver pills. I don't, he's so fucking, I just hate him. He sucks. I would start Thielen, though. Thielen's great. Thielen always gets his. He's having a great year, like under the radar, low key.
Who's the quarterbacks? The backup quarterback for Minnesota. It's a rookie. I can't think of his name at the moment. Damn it. But, if Kirk Cousins doesn't get his act together, they might have to start throwing the rookie in there and see what he can do.
Yeah, they're tanking. They're selling everybody. They just traded a couple more players this week.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, trade deadline coming up Tuesday. Biggest day of the year.
All right, boys, you ready? We got game of the week in my mind. Tennessee Titans at Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm going to go to a diabetic coma for that one.
Oh, boy. We're getting the lockout. Joe Burrow. He's going to have the game of his life. It's Burrow time. He throws a lot. He's going to throw for 60 times. The Tennessee Titans defense, they're a little suspect. They give up a lot of points. Gave up a lot of points to the Steelers. Gave up a lot of points to the Texans. What do they have in common? They both have quarterbacks. What does Cincinnati have? They have a quarterback. Joe Mixon's out, so Bernard's going to be in there, but I love Joe Burrow in this game. Their defense is awful, so start your normal Tennessee Titans. What do we have here? We got over under 50. Over. I love the over. I'm taking Cincinnati with the plus 6.5. Love.
What do you got?
I'm taking the over, but I'm taking Tennessee in this game. Absolutely Tennessee in this game. I do love, like, Joe Burrow's. I think it's fucking great that in the past couple of games, like, AJ Green's back.
Yep.
Holy shit. AJ Green fucking
woke up.
Is actually having a couple games. It's nice to see, man. T. Higgins has been playing. This is what's interesting about that team. Like, he is evenly distributing. I mean, fuck, he's like a ridiculous amount of passing attempts a game.
Just
Like
throwing the ball 70 times.
49 or something, like averaging 49 or something, almost 50 pass attempts a game. And it's like 8 to Boyd. I think Boyd is his guy still. And I think Boyd's just going to keep on having like a hell of a year. Boyd, Higgins, and Green are all getting theirs, man. It's cool. And Bernard had a pretty good game too, like in for Mixon.
Yeah,
he's got a very
last week, right?
Like he's not a fucking north-south rusher at all, but he could catch the ball. And so, whenever Burrow checks down, like that's good. So I actually have him starting in our league, boys. He's got Bernard going, buddy.
Due to the bye week replacements, I am starting Burrow, T. Higgins, and Giovanni Bernard in one game in this week.
Load them up.
One of the big fantasy football contests. So, what was that noise?
Oh.
We got a noise?
We
got a call. Holy shit.
First one of the past 3 weeks.
Caller. You talk, I talk, caller. Go ahead. Live with the Fatties Fantasy Football Factory. Caller, go ahead.
Such a disappointment. It's going to be Steve from Providence.
It has to be.
Hey, my kid dropped.
Someone blocked my call.
Hey, Steve.
All right, call back.
How many miles do I have to run to get to this Fantasy Football Factory? Fatties.
Can you tell your kid to stop picking up players and then dropping them?
Call him in. Caller, you're on the line.
Hello.
Hello, gentlemen. This is Roy Orbison. How are you?
Hey, Roy.
Terrific. How are you?
Mama always said not to get a picture of Roy Orbison tattooed on my ass, but what Mama don't know doesn't hurt her. Go ahead.
I kind of coming with some bad news here. Mima died. I know. I'm sorry to tell you guys this live. I didn't mean to do it to you guys live, but I just got the word that she passed earlier today.
Oh man!
So,
did she set her fantasy lineup?
To give her a shout out.
Well, you gotta plug in those bye week replacements. You know what I mean?
That's what you got to do. Next man up.
Big floppy pancakes.
Next Grammy up.
Next Grammy up.
Roy oddly sounds like John from Scranton.
It was nice to talk to you, Rich Mandarin. Nice to finally talk to you, Gig. I'll probably have to talk to you in like 20 minutes after this. So we'll see you boys later. All right.
All right. Take care, bud. Oh, that sucks. Just Mike. Not going to be a good place.
Is that really true? The B-Mock broke?
I'm guessing not.
All right.
I don't think Roy would call it the news.
God bless her heart.
Oh, good morning. Good morning. 508-964-3527. Give us a call with your fantasy football questions.
Or your obituaries.
Or your obituaries about your grandmother.
Sunday obituaries.
If your grandmother has died, do you have a bye-week replacement ready to go?
I'll put my Grammy out on the waiver wire for you.
Both my grandmothers are dead. God rest their souls.
Mine too. I'll dig one up for you.
We used to call mine Nana Fun Bun. Don't ask.
Nana Fun Bun, huh?
Yeah, oh boy.
All set.
Anyway.
All right, back on track. Let's get back.
Next game. Who's got the next game?
Stick to the clock.
Oh, who does have the next game? Mandar, did you just go? No, yeah, TJ,
I just went Minnesota Green Bay.
Gig, that's you.
So,
all right. So Broncos, Chargers.
Oh, Jesus. That thought.
Two calls.
Caller, you're on the line with the
guys. John from Scranton here. What's up?
Hey, John. Hey, how are you?
Nice to talk to you.
No, what's up, guys?
Thanks for calling.
Crazy about Mima, dude. That's not.
I know.
We just found out ourselves.
Dude, that's too bad. That's too bad. Yeah, I was gonna call in with a hypothetical for you guys, and like now
I love hypotheticals.
Because of Roy's call.
It's too bad.
So I got a hypothetical for you. Okay. So say you're a lifelong Steelers fan, and the team is just not going the way it's you're really losing faith on the NFL, and it's solely based off of Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Are you at any point in your life, and we'll put it this way, you only get one. Are you allowed to abandon ship and go to a new team?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll take it off there, gentlemen. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right,
thank you so much, John. You have a great
Even
day.
though they've won 6 championships, that was in the 70s. They haven't been relevant, really.
I mean, do you see whose jersey I'm wearing?
I see that. Yeah.
I love the Pats, but I mean Brady went.
I still
to
like every time I think of Pittsburgh, I still see Tomlin like stepping out on the field as that guy's returning.
Oh yeah. What an asshole!
Like what a
Jones.
fucking dickhead.
Was that Jacoby Jones from the Ravens?
Yep,
that's
from
right.
The
Revenge game for Jacoby Jones.
All right,
we got the Chargers,
Broncos. Justin Herbert, have a fucking game, guy. Fucking last week, 376 or something, 3 in the air, 66 fucking rushing yards and a touchdown. This kid's thrown for 3 touchdowns or rushed for 3 touchdowns, either or a combination of the two in the past 3 games. Looks like he's legit. I mean, and not only obviously you got Keenan Allen who's getting his. Mike Allen and Hunter Henry, not so much, but he's like fucking like, oh, Virgil Green, here you go. Oh, fucking Jalen Guyton, here you go. Jalen Guyton, whoever the fuck that is, has got a touchdown in 2 of the past games. So keep an eye on this guy, honestly, because he might be making a little bit of a connection here with Justin Herbert. Like we said, like I'm starting Justin over Lamar Jackson. Probably bite me in the ass, but it is one of those things. Philip Lindsay's back, I think, boys. Is that correct?
He is. Philip Lindsay's in.
He's back from a concussion protocol that's going to cut into Melvin Gordon's touches a little bit.
The waters of the backfield of the Denver Broncos.
But Melvin Gordon is still the man there, obviously. Chargers side, you know what? Like, I'm going to tell you something right now. Here's a hot take. Justin Herbert's going to lead this team in rushing today.
Whoa.
It's not going to be Justin Jackson, and it ain't going to be Josh Kelly. It's going to be Justin
I'm still on the fence, Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow. It's just tough.
I know. It's tough, man. On the other side of the ball, so receiver-wise, man, Drew Lock is just, last time he played the Chargers, he had 2 passing touchdowns, but he's just risque, So Tim Patrick is questionable, I think, right now. Even though Tim Patrick has had like 2 past games over 100 yards receiving, he's a good bye week replacement if he is playing, but I think he's questionable, leaning towards not playing. I don't know but Jerry Jeudy just not getting his, man. It sucks because he's such an exciting player to watch. Noah Fant, I think, is a must start. Noah Fant is healthy. He looked a little bit rusty last week. This week, this week I expect him to look a lot better. You're starting Hunter Henry. Obviously, you got to. Keenan Allen's a must start. Mike Williams is a pretty good bye week replacement. But that's, what I love. This season's been really cool seeing like some of these new guys like Joe Burrows and fucking Justin Herbert is one of the best stories out there right now. The kid is super fun to fucking watch. I mean, I don't know if you guys have saw like the game last week, but it was he does great outside of the pocket. Like under pressure, he's still super aggressive getting the ball down the field. And he's not making a lot of mistakes. He made 1 rookie mistake against the Chargers, which cost him the game, but like they played the Chargers super fucking well too. So this game's not going to be as easy as it was in Jacksonville. I don't expect him to have fucking 370 some odd yards passing. Denver's D is certainly better than Jacksonville's. But I'm taking the Chargers in this game. I'm going to take the Chargers, and even though Denver's favored, correct? Yeah.
No.
They're no.
I'm sorry. No.
Chargers by 3.5.
Chargers by 3.5. Over under 44. I'm going with the over of that.
Over, huh?
Yep.
It's in Denver.
It is in Denver.
Awful light air out there. That ball can be tossed around. It's going to be cold and snowy, right? Wrong. 61 degrees with a slight breeze is going to be just like San Diego.
I hope we get some of that weather here in a week or so.
And if,
I don't think so.
Things are right. Justin Herbert, huge day.
Oh, look at Justin the auto. Herbert.
Look at that, baby. Look at that.
Huge day. You're right. He might have 60 yards on the ground and 400 through the air. I would say Keenan Allen's going to have one of those big touchdowns this week, 80 plus yard touchdowns. Him or Mike Williams, one of those is going to have that massive touchdown. That ball can be lofted. That thing will go for a mile in the air.
It's just really interesting to see this kid just spread it out, though.
Yeah.
Like I said, like Virgil Green and Jalen Guyton. It's like, he's finding everyone right now. He's making these like great reads, and he's fast. He's good and mobile. It's like the Cinderella story of the 2020 NFL season.
Ooh. You know what's incredible though about that? If that doctor never punctured Tyrod Taylor's lung,
we'd never seen Justin Herbert.
Yeah, you would have never saw him.
And doctor stabbed Tyrod Taylor prior to the game.
Jesus.
Hey, you brute! Yeah.
You
know.
Yeah, and he'd be riding the bench right now when the Chargers would be,
I can tell you, personally, the Patriots are out of it for me. My second team. The guy just asked if he has the second team.
Chargers?
My second team, because my best friend's first team is the Chargers, and they haven't done anything. Is the Chargers? I want to see the Chargers win. I'd like to see the Chargers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the AFC Championship game for all the marbles, and the Chargers beat them.
For the Super Bowl.
Hold that.
For the Super Bowl.
Not Super Bowl. Can't be for the Super Bowl. Right. So next game up is me, right?
That's it.
San Francisco at Seattle Seahawks. 54 over and under. San Francisco is the dog here by 2.5. They're not going to keep it that close. I like Seattle this week. I like Russ Wilson. Like DK Metcalf a lot this week. San Francisco's still banged up. No Raheem Mostert. Tevin Coleman's in. They did great versus the Patriots, but the Patriots, please. Patriots, please. Junk. Come on. So
Jermichael Hasty. Maybe another good bye week replacement.
Deebo Samuel out.
So
you're looking for our guy.
Well, we got a quick question. Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes this week. What do we got?
That's a good one.
Without thinking of it, you're always like, oh, obviously it's Pat Mahomes. Without thinking about it, you're like, oh, obviously it's Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, how did you get those two guys? Write it down in the comments.
Yeah, I don't know how that's possible.
You should be trading one of those guys and getting like DK Metcalf or something.
I have to go Pat Mahomes because sometimes the Patriots would just show up out of the goddamn blue, and you'd be like, what?
Yeah, but there's no Stephen Gilmore. I mean, it's
but the Jets never show up. The Jets never show up. Pat Mahomes is playing the goddamn Jets.
The only reason why I'd say Josh Allen is because Pat Mahomes is up so big because of defensive. Just like last week,
you got to run the ball. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
The only reason why I'd say Josh Allen is just because of
backpedaling.
Beep.
Beep. I'll change my pick. Josh Allen. I'm sorry.
I'll pick
Josh
Pat
Allen.
Mahomes.
Brian Levy. Josh Allen.
How fucking hard is that you're actually considering? That would be a fantasy nightmare, miserable every week to be like, do I play Mahomes or Josh Allen? I would have to get rid of one of them.
Remember when you'd say, oh, they're playing the Jets defense, not too bad, or the Chiefs are playing the Pats defense. It's not that great of a matchup. Now it's either whoever's playing either of those defenses, you start them.
Yeah.
Just start them.
Yep.
It's unbelievable. Belichick's defense is this bad. It's too bad. So
bad.
Well, look at the Patriots too. The Patriots are starting 6 wide receivers today.
What?
I think like the 6 wide receivers that are on the fucking roster today are like 3 of them are rookies, and I think
Harry out.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think maybe like something stupid, and I might be wrong, and I don't give a fuck if I am, but I feel like all 6 of them were like non-drafted or something fucking crazy like that. It's like
you got Gunner, who was a defensive back.
Yeah.
Myers, I don't think was drafted.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers
by like 4 teams.
Damien Bird.
It's ugly.
It's fucking pathetic, dude. It's fucking.
I feel bad for Cam Newton. I really do.
Hey, he's got himself to blame here. He was throwing ducks all over the place. It looked like he was duck hunting.
I mean, look who he's.
Do you think Steve Robinson was out there with a gun going, boom, boom, blowing him out of the fucking goddamn air? Those things are wobbly. He's throwing picks left and right. I don't feel bad for Cam Newton.
Here's the thing: he's not getting through his reads. Like there's open receivers, and it's like he's only like seeing 1, 2, and is Is it just the offensive line? Is he getting pressured too quick? Or like I don't know.
I think it's the
This
scheme. I
football's
think it
like
goes
Band
back
of
to
the
the
Geese.
coaches. You're trying to put Cam Newton, who runs, as a pocket passer, and he's just not that. I mean, change it up a little bit. You can't do what Cam's strengths are. Don't do what Tom Brady did because you're not going to replicate that.
No, yeah, right.
I think they realized though, like after the Seattle game, like there's no way that they can continue with Cam down that road because he'd be fucking dead by the end of the year.
Yep.
Like running for fucking like the
call 1-year contract.
Yeah, he'd never make it through the entire year with that style of fucking football.
You'd be going into the playoffs with Jared Stidham.
Yeah.
Stidham.
This Seattle backfield is a mess right now. You get Carson.
Sure is. DJ Dallas. Let's do it.
Dude, they
DJ
are
Dallas
fucking
is the
horrible.
only healthy one. Carlos Hyde is doubtful. He was going to be the guy, and then I guess he got hurt, and now he's out.
Oh.
So stay away this week. You probably have better options elsewhere. All right, my last game of the week.
Wait. Is Lockett a must start?
Lockett's a must start. Absolutely.
Fucking last week I had Lockett and Herbert on a team. Those two guys combined beat the other guy's team. It was like 90-something points combined between those two.
I traded Lockett for Carson.
You're an idiot.
Oh, so bad.
That's not a good.
I needed a running back, so I was like, oh, well, you can have him. Jesus.
That's not good.
All right. Well, we get New Orleans at Chicago. This is a new fest. Thomas is still out. Who knows if he's going to play again? Seriously, who knows? I actually dropped Drew Brees this week. So start getting rid of them. If they're not going to help your team, start getting rid of those names. T.Y. Hilton, Mark Ingram, Cam Akers, Drew Brees. I've dropped them all. What's the point? If they're going to sit on my bench and not do anything, drop them.
Get rid of them.
I still like New Orleans in this game. God, this game sucks. Allen Robinson is in, but you have Nick Foles as a quarterback. David Montgomery is your running back.
My issue here is that we have 40-mile-an-hour winds in Chicago.
Jesus.
We have don't start a kicker in that game. 1.
Windy in a bag of farts.
2. Which quarterback's going to be able to hit his quick tight end passes? Because that's what you're going to get. Tight ends
Brees, because he's only throwing the ball like fucking 7 yards at a time now.
Yeah, well,
there's no passes over 15 yards.
I just think this game's going to go way under, way under. I'm talking. I would tease this game to down to 36, and then still take the under. You know what I mean?
Whew.
Like I don't think there's going to be more than 20. I'd say 28 points total. 28 points here. 20 to 8, or you know what I mean, 17 to 10 or something like that. That's where I see this game. I'm actually starting the New Orleans defense this week. I had to because I had the Pats. The only person I had to take the Pats defense out. So I'm starting the New Orleans just because Chicago generally doesn't score more than 22 points in the game at all. And now if there's 40-mile-an-hour winds, you can't kick the ball, and Foles thinks he can throw it 40 yards. That's about 5 interceptions by my count. So we'll see. But I'm rolling the dice with the New Orleans defense.
It's an ugly game.
Yeah, this game sucks.
That's not a bad play, though, TJ. I think that's a pretty good play for that day.
It scares me. But we'll do what I can.
Yep.
So, all right, next game up. Is that me?
No, it's me.
Okay.
Next game up, Eagles, Cowboys. Okay. All right. So the NFC East is a dumpster fire.
Should be in it.
Putting it lightly.
Actually did look kind of good last week. Carson Wentz had certainly his best game of the week, best game of the year thus far. They are getting some receivers back. Dallas Goedert's back. Jalen Reagor is back. So he does have a little bit of a receiving core now. So I'd just plug and play Goddard right in, like a Goddard right in there. Like fresh off the IR, I'd put him in there. I have that much faith in him. Obviously, And like I said, I'm gonna start Carson Wentz over Lamar Jackson. I might be fucking crazy, but that Dallas defense is horrible. So not quite as horrible as Seattle, but they're pretty damn bad. And on the other side of the ball, obviously Zeke Elliott is one of the best running backs in the game right now, especially with their quarterback situation. They went and got an Italian fella named Ben DiNucci. So rookie.
Ben DiNucci.
Don't really know much about old Ben DiNucci. Supposedly he's pretty goddamn good.
Probably has his rookie card around here somewhere.
Yeah. So temper expectations for your Dallas receiver, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper. I've seen Gallup. I've seen Gallup out there, like on the waiver wire. So a lot of people are just moving away from it. If it goes with that whole philosophy of new quarterbacks, young, like your Tua philosophy, maybe Dalton Schultz, because their new quarterbacks love their tight ends, so he might be worth a start. Aside from that, I actually have the Eagles defense going against Dallas. Just because I think it's a good bye week replacement.
Great bye week replacement.
So I got a hot take for you, fellas. I think, and this isn't my full disclosure, this is not my hot take. This is someone else's. My brother-in-law, and I was like, that would be incredible. He says, I bet Miami releases Fitzpatrick and he goes to the Cowboys. And I was like, that would be fucking interesting.
That only happens if Tua balls today against the Rams.
Fitzpatrick
was for 5 touchdowns.
Yeah,
5 touchdowns and run for 2 more and just murder the Rams today to the point where they're just laying across the field like, I'm in a diabetic coma from Halloween. That's the only way that happens.
If I was Ryan Fitzpatrick, I would have gone to Miami and been like, because clearly he was destroyed that they fucking took the starting job away from him. He was wrecked at that. If I was him, I'd be like, look, you guys want to move away from me? Let me go. Let me go to Dallas. And that would be like, I could see Jerry Jones doing something like that.
Dalton.
First round pick too. Probably.
How? Totally.
I don't know what Red Dalton does in the weather, but it is a half an inch of rain, 100% rainfall today, 55 degrees, cold and rainy and miserable conditions.
Nasty.
Again, over under 43.
Under.
We'll go under.
I'm gonna say this.
I think Philly. I'll take Philly, and I think Boston Scott has a hell of a game this week.
I think the one thing Carson Wentz did last week that he wasn't doing all the rest of the season is he started to fucking run the ball again. And that's what he was like back in 2017, 2018, when he was actually like putting up sick fantasy numbers. He was actually rushing a little bit. So he had a rushing touchdown last week, I believe, and look for him to do that again. I fucking hope and pray he does that again, because if Lamar Jackson goes off, I'm going to jerk the wheel into a goddamn bridge and Batman.
I like the receiver Fulgham. I had him last week. Yeah, I dropped him and somebody picked him up. I didn't have space on my bench, but I like him. He's had a ton of targets. He had like 10 last week, 7 the week before. He was their leading receiver. He looks pretty good. I'd start him. And on Dallas, I'd only start CeeDee Lamb. It looked like Ben DiNucci only liked going to him last week.
Yeah, and Zeke, obviously.
Yeah,
we have
of course.
Quick question. If you have Jalen Reagor this week, do you start? I would say Reagor, Ruggs, or Lindsey as a flex non-PPR. Reagor. Even in the 100% rain. 55.
Who was it? Ruggs? See, Ruggs is like, okay, Lindsey is going to get like 10 touches, right?
Yep.
And probably not at the goal line.
Yep.
Ruggs is going to be a deep threat. So those guys are either fucking hit or miss. And Reagor is an actually talented wide receiver that's probably going to get like, maybe 7 targets, 8 targets, maybe like 5 or 6 receptions or something like that.
He's probably the safest. I mean, Ruggs only gets like 2 targets, 100 yards and a touchdown. But it's if he catches
Lindsey.
that ball.
I'll tell you, Lindsey did do excellent last week as the fill-in for Melvin Gordon. He did do very well.
Yeah, but Gordon's back.
Gordon's back. I'm going up. If I was Emmanuel Moscoso, Henry Ruggs. That's who I'm
going with
Ruggs.
Ruggs. I think Ruggs.
I have a feeling about Ruggs this week.
Who is that? Browns Raiders. That game's going to be fucking fun, man.
Can you imagine that? That's one of the games you want to look at this week. You're like, oh, I can't wait to watch the Browns. Are you shitting me?
Browns and the Raiders.
If it's Browns, flush it downs. You know what I mean?
We might actually get that game because the Pats are on CBS this week.
CBS, baby.
Yeah.
CBS. Another question: Josh Allen or it doesn't matter who it is. It's Josh Allen, right? It doesn't matter if we're saying Josh Allen over Pat Mahomes. Don't ask us Josh Allen over anybody else.
Well, I don't know about that.
Josh Allen over Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz.
Okay, you're gonna pick Carson Wentz over
I'd say Josh Allen for that. Too.
Yeah, you got to pick Josh Allen here. So that is Xander Moon 02 Alex. That was a question from him. So that being said, I got my last game to go. I think and that is the Monday Nighter. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus your New York Giants. This will be the fourth year in a row in the fifth time in 6 seasons they've met. The last 3 games between the teams were decided by a total of 6 points.
Yeah, not this one.
Not this one.
Different quarterback.
My bold prediction of the week: Daniel Jones to IR.
Yeah. from emotional stress.
Well, he almost
not even physical.
He almost did it to himself last week.
This is my bold projection for this week. He almost did it to himself last week without anybody touching him. Wait until Shaquille Griffin and Ndamukong Suh and what's that guy who has his hand blown off there? He used to play for the Giants.
JPP.
Jason
Pierre-Paul.
You club him in the next week with that thing. The claw.
Steve from Providence is a better runner.
Absolutely. Jesus Christ.
I've seen a lot of people picking up Gallman, and I'm like, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Nope. That Tampa Bay defense, like, said it last year. We said it last show. It's like, and you watch. Like, right now, it's like Pittsburgh, Indy, and Tampa Bay. Those 3 defenses are really starting to, like, separate themselves from a lot of people. Yep. I mean, Tampa Bay's defense has given up, like, fucking 66 yards a game on the ground, something ridiculous like that, 64 yards a game. So, yeah.
They're going to the Super Bowl. They're going to win it.
Devontae Freeman's out this week, and Chris Godwin's out for Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Makes no difference.
Not going to matter.
No, I don't think it's going to matter either.
Jesus Christ.
I don't even know who. I mean, Sterling Shepard was a good waiver wire ad, honestly.
Yep. He had a touchdown.
But going into this week, this is just going to be. I think it's going to be a slaughter.
Jesus.
The thing is, the Giants
have a.
Yeah, go ahead.
You about to say the same thing.
Yeah, the Giants actually have a decent defense. Yeah. You know, it's not that bad. Their pass defense is actually pretty fucking good. It's just their offense is so pathetic that their defense is fucking on the field too much. And they get tired by the end of the game, you know?
So, do you think the Giants wearing their classic white unis is going to intimidate Tom Brady?
No.
I know it'll get Bill Belichick hot as a rock, but I don't think it matters here.
No.
The 30th anniversary is celebration of the 1990 championship team. So that is pretty cool.
I still hate Phil Simms.
Who they would have lost if Buffalo's kicker could kick the fucking football through the uprights, right?
The fuck was his name?
No.
Fuck.
God damn it.
Scott Norwood.
Scott Norwood. Thank you.
Justin from the Clouds.
You like that Ice Cube interlude?
They last wore those uniforms last season on the Monday Night Football game against the Cowboys. So, boy, Jersey has nothing to do with it.
If Godwin's out, you're obviously going to start Mike Evans. Scotty Miller, I think, is playing a lesser role. I really like this Johnson kid. He's looked pretty good. And who said that Brady doesn't like the rookie receivers? He doesn't like the rookie receivers with no talent.
The problem is with the rookie receivers is that you do have Fournette and you have LaShawn McCoy and you have Rojo and you have, a whole mess of fucking people. Now you got Antonio Brown and you got Scotty, this guy, and you got Mike Evans and you got Gronkowski. And then, holy shit, is this the fucking NL Pro Bowl roster? You know, like
next week is going to be awesome.
And you can't throw 8 balls at the same time every play. So some weeks Gronk will get 0.
Yep.
And Scotty Too Hotty gets 5 touchdowns. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. It's nature of the game.
I was absolutely wrong last week. I said like Gronk getting 50, 60 yards receiving and a touchdown. That was a fluke. That's not going to happen again. And then last week he got 50, 60 yards and a touchdown. So are we going to have 3 weeks in a row? Gronk, touchdown.
Yes.
Yes. I would say yes. Yep.
Good, because I picked
5 touchdowns to Tom Brady Monday night. 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns?
5 touchdowns to Tom Brady. Not all in one quarter like we did versus the Tennessee Titans back in 2009, but
that was incredible.
Going forward, though, watch out. Watch out for
Gronk
Gronk because they're going to have a lot of mouths to feed.
Oh, a lot of mouths. A lot of mouths. So
I don't think Antonio Brown's going to step into the system and just fucking set the world on fire. Like everyone's all horny about it, and I'm like, oh, settle down. I see trades out there. People like, oh, I'll trade you Antonio Brown for Tyler Boyd, and I was like, no, I wouldn't.
What?
I wouldn't do some of these things. You people are crazy. Like
speaking of which, Des Bryant for the Ravens this week.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Leave him on the wire.
Leave him on the wire.
That team offensively can barely throw to one receiver, let alone 2. I mean, it might open up Marquise Brown a little bit, and it might open up Mark Andrews a little bit, but I don't expect Des Bryant just to step in there, especially against Pittsburgh. And yeah,
I think he's over a year removed from that ACL too.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's a tough one. Don't rely on him.
That's it for the games, guys.
That's it. He's only on the practice squad right now. He's only on the scout team.
Yeah, he has to wait another week, just like Antonio.
The All East Look team is what they called it. The All East Look team.
Yeah,
it's always a good one. Always.
All right. Any more questions? Comments,
I think that's it.
Calls?
No more phone calls. No more comments. We're at the hour mark anyway. We pretty much summed it up.
Last week.
If you listen to us, you're gonna win. Just listen to us. We talk
or
about
do the opposite of us.
Exactly. You could
and
do that.
Still win
as well. Still win. But take a look at Mandarin's mustache. It's gorgeous. Can't beat it. That'll do it until quick announcement. Next week,
Breaking news.
The Fatties Fantasy Football bye week. We're on a bye week next week. We got no one to do it. So everybody's busy even taking a hike to some game or getting married to some woman.
Where are you going, Mandarin? You getting married?
No, we don't have a producer.
They're all
Justin's
gone.
going to be snuggling with Steve from Providence.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, I have somewhere to be on Sunday too. That's right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I guess yes. You'll be traveling.
Well,
bye week next week, fellas. We'll hit you in week 10. We'll see you in week 10. Fatties,
Send us your questions if you have it.
Send them the questions.